Hi guys! So it's time to find out what book I'm going to be reading next. But before I do that, I've got a few books that I have bought. Yes, I bought more books. Just three, but these are all fiction books, so they're not going to be coming out at all of the jar for this video, which would be non-fiction. So I kind of went on a bit of a nostalgia love of films, old films kind of fest, and I bought a couple of books that were that were adapted into films I happened to watch last week because I just needed a pick-me-up boost, and they're just favourite films of mine. So two out of the three of these books fall into that category. And the first one is Alice Walker's The Colour Purple. Now, with The Colour Purple, I said I love the film. I started to read The Colour Purple when I was in sixth form. I was at 16 or something. I distinctly remember reading it, beginning of it and everything. And then, because my A-levels got in the way, I must have put it down and not picked up again because I can't remember finishing it. So I'm classing The Colour Purple as a first read, as it were, when I get to it, because I'll be reading it entirely through. But I absolutely adore The Colour Purple. I think it's a wonderful story. The second fiction book I got because I really love the film, as I said, but I've never read the book, but I think it's a really intriguing idea and I want to see what the book's like in comparison, and that's Fried Green Tomatoes at the Worcester Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg, which is a book that's set partly in sort of the late 80s and 90s, and then flips to the 1930s of the story being told and how the two link together and everything. Which I absolutely adore that film. It's a wonderful piece of cinema. And the last one is a chick lit book, and that is My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. I've got all of Sophie Kinsella's books. I love to read them and collect them and everything. And this came out on paperback earlier this week. I get all because I first got on Sophie Kinsella. It was a paperback one of her books, so I'm like, I have to get all of her books therefore in paperback, so I wait like 6 months to a year after her book is published to get the paperback version, and it just got published, so therefore I've got her latest one in paperback. So those three are going to be going into the fiction jar tonight, so I will put them in ready for when fiction is picked next. But at the minute, we need to find out what non-fiction book I'm going to be reading. So we need to go to the non-fiction jar of randomness. So in here are the non-fiction books in my book collection I want to read. So I'm just going to give them a shake, and then I'm going to choose one at random. Okay, here we go. Ooh, let's go for this one. It's caught my finger. Okay, so I'm going to be reading Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I have absolutely adored The Diary of Anne Frank. The story of Anne Frank, the history of it. I have adored it since I can remember. I think she was an amazing girl, and yes, you could say she had a bad side, and she had some wonderful sides to her as well. But yeah, it's such a beautiful story. Diary is The Diary of Anne Frank. I adore it, and I am so happy that I've picked it from the jar as my next book to read. So yeah, I'll be back with my thoughts on The Diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank the next time I see you guys. And yeah, can't wait to start that tomorrow. Alright then guys, bye!